Dear viewers, welcome to this YouTube channel. In this chapter, there will be an explanation of a person with a high level of lust, as follows. There are study cases of actual horoscopes that stand out in terms of womanizing, monk and bandit, and other matters that are considered accurate according to all mentioned principles. Case Study 01041. The natives are still alive and can verify them. Each natal chart will be demonstrated along with the explanations as follows. The Ascendant is in Gemini and the Sun, 1, is Debilitation dignified. The Moon, 2, is Domicile dignified. Mars, 3, is Pre-Exaltation dignified. Jupiter, 5, is Tanu-Sed, Pre-Exaltation, and Detriment dignified. Venus, 6, is Maha Chakra dignified. Saturn, 7, is Domicile dignified. Rahu, 8, is Detriment dignified. The native has an uncertain birth time for hours. The first calculation suggests that the Ascendant should be in Taurus. Rahu, 8, is Debilitation dignified and is in conjunction with the Ascendant. As an external character, the native likes to drink and has a lot of friends. Besides, the native also likes a party. On the other hand, the native possesses craftsmanship and can repair many things. The native could also do some artwork. Then the Ascendant is placed in Gemini, which should not be possible since Jupiter, 5, is in conjunction with the Ascendant and is also Tanu-Sed. This is comparable to a monk. However, the response from the native was positive and afterward, all the outcomes were surprisingly correct. There are distinguished and interesting matters that can be used for case studies as follows. The Ascendant is in Gemini. Jupiter, 5, is conjoined with the Ascendant and is Tanu-Sed. The native is virtuous and optimistic. At night, the native likes to pray plus Rahu, 8, is Debilitation dignified. This indicates that the native is rather naive. Jupiter, 5, is Pre-Exaltation and Detriment dignified implies that both two poles are presented. The native may commit evil deeds. On the other hand, when she is determined to seek virtues she will be more serious than normal people. Notice that it also represents Tanu-Sed. As a result, virtues tend to be prominent and Tanu-Sed implies that the native will not cheat others. Tanu-Lak or the ruling planet of Tanu Bhava is neutral Mercury, 4, which is in Ari Bhava, the hostile Bhava. When the native was young, she didn't like studying. The parents had to make a real effort on the native to finish school. Even though the dignity is neutral, it represents the inner talent of the native. Because it is his Tanu-Lak. Therefore, the native could finish his education and could work thoroughly. Although she has to be forced to do the job. Because of Ari Bhava. Venus, 6, is Maha Chakra that conjoins with Pre-Exaltation dignified Mars, 3, and in opposition with the Ascendant. These conditions imply a high level of lust since both of the planets are powerful. The native told me that when he was a young adult, he went to 3 to 4 brothers per night. Nowadays, he still cannot resist seeing women that he has a crush on. Otherwise, he would attempt to make contact with them. He is a straightforward womanizer, Mars, 3, although he does not commit adultery. Jupiter, 5, is positive and is Tanu-Sed. Venus, 6, is Maha Chakra, implies that art is suitable for the native. She likes to have fun, is an aesthete. Regular drinking occurs because Venus, 6, plus Jupiter, 5, is Detriment dignified. Mars, 3, is Pre-Exaltation dignified, implies that the native possesses craftsmanship. Additionally, she is a straightforward person. Both Mars, 3, and Jupiter, 5, are Pre-Exaltation dignified and in opposition to each other. This will not have an opposite harmful effect. Moreover, they are kindred pair and they will enhance each other. The Sun, 1, is Debilitation dignified and in trine. The native is unreasonably aloof. This tends to be rather foolish and arrogant. Saturn, 7, is Domicile dignified and in backward trine. It is beneficial in terms of consideration and stability of properties in the latter stage of life. The Moon, 2, is Domicile dignified in Kadampa Bhava. Wealth and properties will become stabilized in the long term. Wealth will be in abundance at the latter stage of life. **** This horoscope is a study case of a real person. It can be studied in different categories and cases, which is very interesting. Therefore, it is an example worthy of a study case for astrology students in the future. There is no intention to show disrespect to the native. Therefore, I would like to apologize for showing it without asking for permission first. This includes other study cases of other people as well. I hereby would like to ask for permission afterward with respect. **** Concerning the high level of lust, it has to be considered carefully if the native is a womanizer or not. Things must be really obvious. If it is still uncertain, do not make such an assumption. Some people may act like one while others may hide it well. On the other hand, Venus, 6, could represent amusements and may lead to a misunderstanding of being a womanizer. Furthermore, the level of lust will also depend on the age of the native, health, and heredity as well. Sometimes it has to be observed in the long term. Please stay tuned for the upcoming episodes.